Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Real Arsenal Talk, and on this edition we are the 2026 Premier League champions, and I'm joined by no other than Steve-O, with many O's behind it. I don't know why this time, whatever, it is what it is. And Buck, once again you have joined us. Welcome to the dark side, my friend. How you doing? How's everyone doing today?
All good, man. All good, man. How can we not be? How can we not be?
How can we not be? Stevie, you honestly, for the negativity that you've had this season, right? You should be like the biggest smiler out of all of us. Are you upset that we won? Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah, I didn't expect it. Didn't expect it. Obviously, that's what it is. You know, obviously, we spoke last night, and we both off air were kind of giving it the big, arms, fist pumps, the lot. It was kind of euphoric, wasn't it, last night? I think everyone was probably in the same boat. I'm just breathing it all in at the moment. I'm still like living it. It's like surreal in a way. I don't know how you all feel, but it feels still surreal. As all I've watched all day is, all the news things and everything regarding, how all the players sort of celebrated. It's just been, amazing.
It's been great. And Buck, I mean, obviously, your thoughts, mate, without going too much. Oh no, what's happened? What's happened? Are they winning?
Scored.
Are they winning?
Yeah, they are.
Good Evening's gonna win. Oh no! Oh, God damn this guy.
This is his trophy, man.
Screw it. Do you know what? Fine, I'm happy with that. Let him keep it. Do you know what I'm saying? And the good thing that we didn't win the Europa League back then, by the way, it actually means that we didn't belong in that competition to begin with. So. Anyway,
also meant that we move on from Emery.
Well, yeah, exactly. So it took a while, but we're here finally. And I mean, your raw emotions, mate. Obviously today, like Stevie said, have you been indulging in all the tears of the haters? Because I have. I've been searching for them. I've gone out to search for them on YouTube and social medias. But how do you feel, man?
Well, mixed emotions. On one hand, I'm gutted when I think about it now, because what I should have done, I was podding on the night. I should have finished the pod, got in my car and driven up to North London, and I'm so gutted that I didn't do that now. The party was crazy.
All I'm going to say is, right, if you did that and you said, oh, Larry, do you fancy it? I 100% would have been there with you, right? But because obviously there was, who am I going to go with? And, am I going to make it back in terms of trains? I don't fucking know. But if you'd said something, I 100% would have been there. I saw all the fans come out from the trains and stuff like that. So, magical.
I'm gutted, man. I should have done it. I should have just jumped in the car and driven up there. I should have. And it looked crazy. Oh, man. Like, even the players got involved early hours of the morning. And you know what I mean? It was crazy. But yeah, man. Like, in terms of these punks on socials and in my group chat, these trolls, I've been hiding under a bridge because I ain't seen no one, bro. These men are in hiding. I told them long time ago, if it ever happens, disappear, you're going to hate me. You are going to hate me. Yeah. And they've disappeared. They've taken my advice because these men have been missing. Apart from one or two, these men have all been hiding. And you know what? Stay under your rock. Don't come out for a while because it's only the beginning, and I ain't forgotten nothing. So,
we're coming with receipts out here, mate. You know what I mean? Like Sainsbury's, we've got the receipts. So.
these deluded fans that called us deluded, they like blank statement. All Arsenal fans are deluded. Mm-hmm. Where's the delusion now, mate?
Yeah,
where is it?
Honestly, drink it in, sniff it in, snort it in, whatever you want to do with it. Just take it all in. That's all you got to do. Yeah, honestly.
See, the hate washes off. It washes off good.
I woke up this morning, I was a cleansed man. Do you know what I mean? I felt like I'd just been baptized. It was something different, man, honestly. But no, you're right. Man. And the thing is, with all the haters, so before we even get to the haters, screw them, right? Forget the haters. The players, you said, early hours of the morning, walking around Emirates Stadium, and I'll be honest. I don't think I can imagine a Man City player doing that or Man City players doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the lads who did it, most of them were from London. Do you know what I mean? Our London boys. So, and then the rest to join in. It really felt like a proper community. Whereas I can't imagine Haaland taking Cherky and fucking whoever it is out about Manchester Town or Manchester City Town or whatever it is, right? So it felt very humble from the players, and the fact that they didn't tell the fans to go away at that sort of time in the morning. You know, they appreciated that the fans had been there for a long time as well. Or maybe just people going to work, actually. I don't know. But I really enjoyed that. And again, as both of you, I watched a lot of the videos, you know, from the celebrations, from at the training ground, and then obviously when they did their night out and whatever it is. I'll be honest, right? How cool would that have been? Yeah, just to be in that club or whatever it is, wherever they were, just to be there like a fly in the wall. Be like, look, I'm just going to sit in the corner. I'm not even going to get a drink. All right, I brought my own water. Just let me sit here. I think that would have, that would just be the perfect thing to do, really. But yeah, look, you know, 2026 Premier League champions and 22 years in the fucking making. I don't even know how old I was at the time. I was maybe 13 years old when Arsenal, or 12-year-old actually, when Arsenal won the last Premier League. So that distance, I mean, I've been shaped from a teenager to a man supporting this team, and finally they have delivered once again. And yeah, we can hold our heads up in pride, to be honest. You know, forget all the performances. Like me and Stevie spoke last night, and it was, we sort of had to touch on the Burnley game, but we didn't really give a shit about the Burnley game, right? Do you know what I mean? For me, that's a game that didn't happen, that didn't exist in a way, because it was always about the one thing. But look, boys, like I said, it's not going to be too long of a podcast. I just wanted to get the emotions from proper Arsenal fans. But yeah, look, couple of things. Moment of the season. Has anyone thought about this? But please jump in, mate. Jump in.
Something out, right?
Jump in.
Because obviously, where I live, there's a lot of Chelsea fans around there, a lot of Chelsea scums, right? And although they've done, you know, it's best out of a bad situation, Chelsea beating Tottenham, because they're both scummy clubs. But do you know, with all the money that Chelsea have piled into their teams over the years, they're only one Premier League ahead of us. We've won more titles overall, by far, by the way. But Premier Leagues, they've got 5. We got 4. With all that money they've put into that club, do you not think that they should be well ahead of us? They should be well ahead of us with all that money they've spent.
If
they're only one ahead. That's crazy.
If they knew how to keep managers and how to treat players and staff in general, then yeah, absolutely, they could have done that. But that's not what the club is, right? That's not who they are.
They have won 2 Champions Leagues, though, haven't they?
They have, but like,
what's that? They bought 2 Champions Leagues. Yeah, but you know,
absolutely, and they're still bitching about that Barcelona defeat, aren't they? You know, what was it, the 2009 or whatever it is, or 2007, whatever the fuck? Yeah, they're still bitching about that. It's like, you did exactly the same thing to the Premier League. You know, you bought your way through it. But yeah, and another fact that I really enjoyed today, by the way, above all of this, was the fact that Mikel Arteta has the same amount of Premier Leagues as Jurgen Klopp, right? I think that stat itself...
We've seen all the posts, haven't we, of everything. We've took note of every single one.
Absolutely. Look, with this podcast, good evening. For God's sake, Unai. Just, you know, let it go, man. We know you're the king of Europa, for God's sake. Yeah, well, there you go. Aston Villa have done. They've done what they need to do. So yeah, does that mean Champions League for them?
It does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So does that mean
it means Champions League for Bournemouth? I think, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, if they finish 6th.
Fuck, look, you know what I mean? Premier League, man, that's the fucking league to be. Do you know what I mean? That is the league. So yeah, massive pride, but and yeah, so for me that was a great start, Jurgen Klopp. But of course, we still got a Champions League to go yet. If that's achieved this season, then boom. I think we could definitely put this down as one of Arsenal's best seasons in history, right? If not the best. I don't know.
It has to be the best.
Yeah, I was going to say, does Invincibles take over this? I don't know.
No.
Okay, look, boys, look, before we get into fucking handbags and shit, right? Just take it easy. Let's calm ourselves down a little bit, all right? because it's getting hot in here. All right, it's getting fucking hot. So, but I think that's an interesting conversation to be had after all this. After before the next season starts, because it is interesting. I'm not saying compare players, sort of one to one, because I still feel the Invincibles had better individual players, right? I'm just going to put that out there. But so that's a conversation for another time. But yeah, look, moment of the season. Has anyone had a thought about this? By the way, even something that sort of stood out throughout the whole season. Positive, of course, not negative. But anything, Buck? I'll start with you. Don't laugh, Stevie, because I know you've got a lot of negative stuff. All right, I know this. Okay, sorry. Let's just calm ourselves, please, man.
I'm not negative.
He's gonna burst in a minute. Right, I'll be quick.
Come on, man. Someone answer the question before I flame on. Right? Okay.
I'll be quick. I'm not actually gonna pick a moment, but what I will say is two things for me that have won us this Premier League. It's David Raya. And the amount of time...
That's a person.
The amount of times Declan Rice has got us out of trouble. The amount of times he's got back. The little things that people that don't support Arsenal don't notice. But I lose count of how many times he's done a last-ditch tackle or a last second block. Or Declan Rice has done that, and Raya, the amount of times he's pulled out a world-class save to keep us in a game that we've gone on and won 1-0. I just feel like those two players have provided so many moments like that is what has won us the league at the end of it.
No, I do think that. I agree. Stevie, what do you think in terms of those two individuals?
You won't perhaps believe what I'm going to say, but on my notes I've got David Raya and Rice. If we're talking about moments, then there wasn't one particular moment. There wasn't one particular performance, because, like you say, it was a kind of a dogged performance throughout the season.
No, sorry. By the way, it doesn't have to be any specific performance. Could be just a moment that you liked throughout the season.
Well, like Buck said, it's David Raya and Declan Rice to me, and obviously to Buck. We both think the same, and them two for me have been our standout performers. We'll probably talk on a different pod for player of the season, but I think we both agree it's one of those two.
I think for player of the season, that was going to be that we're sort of jumping ahead to the player of the season, because I can see that you've shortlisted.
Yes, there's still one more game.
That's fine. Game, but that's come on. The season is complete as far as we're concerned, right? The goal has been achieved. I don't think one game's going to make a difference in terms of a particular individual being good or bad. Sort of
final would be. Though,
I don't know.
The final.
I don't know.
Someone wins it.
If Raya saves a penalty in the 90, or if Rice scores a winning goal or something, no.
Okay. Wait a second. I'm talking Premier League, by the way. Right? Let's just be clear on that. I'm talking Premier League, Champions League, because that is yet to come. We can't we can't predict what's going to happen there, but we will have a prediction right at the end, what we think is going to happen in that match. But I think obviously that's that we can have that review afterwards. But what I'm trying to say is in terms of moment of the season, for example, for me, a funny moment that I enjoyed was quite recent, was Hincapie's shorts being taken down just by accident, right? So I'm saying stuff like that, or for example, Rice, saying to the players, it's not over, for example.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
So that to me, yeah.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people would have picked that, to be honest, because that was the moment where everything sort of changed and everyone had the belief, okay, performances aside, 1-0s and whatnot, but it doesn't matter. We still did what we needed to do. So that's what I mean by moment of the season. And I think, and look, I'm pretty sure that you'll agree that it probably goes to that Rice moment, right? I'm not including the moment where Man City drew the match against Bournemouth and everyone jumped up for joy, because that's irrelevant. That's not to us. But so yeah, for me it was that Rice moment. But again, I'm saying in that sort of vein, is there anything else that sort of stood out to you that you remember from throughout the season? Stevie?
I think we're all in agreement that Rice moment was probably a defining moment, and it signified that we weren't giving up, etc. But you could look at different moments of injuries. I know it's like a negative, which I'm renowned for. But when Odegaard got injured and Eze kind of stepped in, and we went on a decent run, because obviously when Odegaard was playing, we were losing. But when Eze stepped in, we kind of went unbeaten for quite a while. And obviously, then he scored the goals against Tottenham. them to me sometimes to define a moment as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
And that's what I mean. You know, it can be a sequence of sort of events, if you will, but, you know, because they will build that moment at the end of the day. You know, like for Eze, for example, that hat trick, that's another one for the list, really, to be like, yeah, okay, this, you know, boyhood Arsenal fan came through the ranks, blah blah blah, was rejected, came back, and, you know, so that whole redemption thing, it's that again, that's another moment. So that's what I mean. Buck, is there anything for you that sort of potentially stands out apart from what we've already mentioned?
And at a particular moment, I mean, no, not that's won us the league, but we've had a lot of moments in the season in terms of if you've only got to look at Max Dalman goal. That was a moment of this season.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But it's not something necessarily that pushed us on to win the league. No. But it was a big moment in the league. Yes, it was a big moment.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was the Newcastle game. Sorry, I'm just as you sort of mentioned the Newcastle game when we were 1-0 down until about the 80th minute. You know, Marino scores, get the equaliser, then Gabriel. Defining moments, our bogey teams as such that we've struggled against. All these sort of hurdles that we overcame throughout the season. You know,
like
what I mean?
Bayern Munich, for example. You know, we beat them in the Champions League. So again, this is the type of stuff that I mean. And, you know, when you actually lay them out, there's been quite a lot this season.
Havertz not getting sent off. It's a big moment.
That's a big moment as well.
That could have changed the game. Changed the game.
That West Ham goal could have stood, for example. So, you know, that could have changed the whole trajectory of the season. So, and that's what I mean. You know, not necessarily, they don't have to be defining moments, but it's just little things that sort of have added up across the season. But yeah, that Max Dalman, by the way, that's another great shout, because even though he hasn't featured too much in the Premier League this season, you know, some fans may forget that he did feature. But obviously, you know, when you actually look back and you think, damn, that kid was just unreal, man. You know, with what he did.
Youngest ever Premier League winner, by the way.
There you go. And I can't wait to see him lift that trophy. And he will get he's had enough minutes, hasn't he, to lift the trophy? Is that right?
Yeah, for 10 games.
Yeah, he'll be doing his GCSEs as a Premier League champion, mate.
So Norgard, is that a no-go for Norgard, by the way? Like, does Norgard not get to lift it? I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I don't think he'll get a medal. I think there's only 22 players, isn't there, to get a medal?
And I was going to say, because 50.
I've never liked that. I think if you're a registered player, you get one regardless. Because there's things that happen behind the scenes we don't see. There's players that maybe don't perform as well as others on the pitch, but behind the scenes they're a massive impact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't like all that. I think if you're registered for that season, you get a medal.
I agree with you, by the way. Like, you know, it should be like that. If you know, if you are with that team, even like, you know, in terms of Norgard's case, he did feature a couple of times. It wasn't obviously accumulatively wasn't too much, but he was still there. So yeah, he should realistically get one. But I don't know, whatever that is. But yeah, Max Dalman. I mean, I just love that. I just love that as an idea. Him as a concept for the future, it just sounds too enticing, doesn't it? So hopefully that gets to continue. But yeah, I mean, in terms of sort of defining moments, yeah, that Havertz one was 100% one, and then the West Ham and so on. Obviously, we're only talking about ourselves rather than external factors like Man City, because obviously there's a few moments there as well where they've slipped up and could have gone differently and whatnot. But I mean, since we did discuss it a little bit just at the top of the pod, player of the season, I can only accept one from each, by the way. So it can't be two. So you're gonna have to decide who your player of the season was, and not who the pundits are saying or whatever. It's like who you thought was the player of the season for you. So Stevie, you go first.
Yeah, I mean, throughout the season, we've threw a few names around. I think we both agreed that Timber had a brilliant start to the season, but he tailed off a bit then obviously his injury. I think Rice probably has been the most consistent throughout the season, and it's so hard for me to say it, but I think I'm going to have to say David Raya. Fucking hate it saying it, but for me, I think he has actually won us the league. Unfortunately, he has. Honestly, that's just me. But I don't
know what you're trying to convince me for. Like, you know, David Raya is amazing, man. I've always liked him. I've never had anything bad to say about him. It's always you with the negativity about David Raya. So, you know, I'm glad that you've gone for it. But Buck, you know, do you want to explain to Stevie why he's wrong about David Raya? Because we have this conversation like every single episode.
I can't, because I agree. I actually agree. I'm sorry, I do. I was close to saying Declan Rice, but I'm just thinking the amount of game-saving saves that I've seen Raya pull off this season has been outrageous. And the saves have been outrageous. I just think about we haven't had that level keeper since Lehmann. Really
true.
Yeah, I mean, Lehmann was a bit of a loose cannon, to be fair, and I'm glad that Raya isn't that. But yeah, I think you're right. By the way, like, you know, it's not really difficult to see why you picked Raya. The clean sheets, the Golden Gloves, the numerous of saves that he pulled out. Absolutely, I agree with you. But I think for me personally, right, and I'm going to throw this out there, right. For me, my player of the season, I'm probably going to say Zubimendi. But hear me out. Wait, just fucking hear me out, Steve. Listen to man, right? Zubimendi. Yeah, I'm gonna put up that face on YouTube, by the way. Zubimendi, because considering he came to a new league and he slotted into our team the way that he did, and for the majority of the season he played brilliantly in that midfield role where he was meant to, and I think he has been the difference maker this season for us. Like, yes, Rice has been superior in terms of midfield abilities and whatnot, and obviously Raya has done what he does in goals, so defining saves and all that. But I just feel with Zubimendi, in order for Rice to do what he does, is because of Zubimendi being in that midfield. At least at the very beginning of the season, up until maybe until February, March time, when everyone sort of got tired and there was no one else to replace Zubimendi. But that's just me, okay? It's fine, you know. I know you're going to disagree.
I thought you were going to say Gyökeres, mate.
I was close, mate.
Me and you would have had a problem.
I was close, right? Two more goals from Gyökeres at the end of the season. He's going to be my player of the season. I'm telling you right now. But no, I hope you can understand why I picked Zubimendi, but I can also understand your disagreement. Do you know what I mean? I get it. I get it, because
I kind of disagree as well.
That's fine. That's fine. That is totally fine.
I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why. For me, player of the season got to be consistent throughout the whole season. And Zubimendi has been great. Don't get me wrong. And he's probably been great for majority of the season, but he had a period where he was just awful. And he couldn't string a pass together. And he was giving away silly free kicks.
Yes.
And I just feel that, for me, is enough to not give him player of the season, for me, personally.
Yes.
I mean, Stevie, I
don't see that with Raya.
No, I agree with Raya, by the way. Like, again, if I was to pick an outfield player for me, yeah, absolutely, it would, like I said, it would be Zubimendi. But yeah, I have no disagreements with David Raya, by the way. Like, you're both correct on that one. But I just feel like with Zubi, though, I mean, sorry, Steve, we've had the conversations, and especially during the sort of October, November time, about Declan Rice not performing well. That Liverpool game, the Man United matches, he wasn't anywhere near it. The first West Ham match, he wasn't anywhere near it. Do you know what I mean? So again, Declan Rice has had drop-offs as well, but because obviously, I guess Zubimendi being a new player, it kind of sort of took him. He took it a little bit harder. You know what I mean? Like to sort of recover back from that sort of dip, whereas Rice came back on top, sort of thing. But yeah, so that's why that's my reasoning behind it. But I think just the fact that he came into a new club, new league, slotted in straight away, and just did what he did, especially at the beginning, I thought it was brilliant for me. But yeah, that's fine.
Sorry,
go on, please.
Just quickly on David Raya. I don't know if either of you seen the Sky Sports Invincible. I think when Patrick Vieira and Jimmy Carragher were doing the team of the Invincibles in the current one.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
David Raya got in ahead of Lehmann.
Oh.
Which I think that's quite a high kind of praise, because he was part of the Invincibles, wasn't he? And as much as I think, is David Raya our best goalkeeper ever? No, but player of the season, 100%.
Who's better than him?
I would probably say Seaman.
I don't think Seaman's, even before Raya, I don't think Seaman was our best keeper.
I always put Lehmann up there, to be honest.
Seaman or Lehmann, but
I put Lehmann above Seaman for sure. I've always done that, and I think with David Raya, I think I can probably safely put him above Lehmann now. Really? I think he's proven.
He got voted in, but
think about the defence that played in front of Seaman. He had the famous back four. That did him a huge favour. Trust me.
Our defence,
he was great. Don't get me wrong.
But you could argue
he
the
had
same.
a tendency to get lobbed.
But yeah, you could argue he did. Yeah, Ronaldinho World Cup. That was terrible. That was.
He got knocked by Naeem from the halfway line as well.
That was terrible. That was fucking terrible. But you could argue the same about David Raya with the two centre backs in front, or even with the front with the back four. You can always make that argument, but again, but then you look at the individual saves that Raya pulled out. Some of them have just been like absolute craziness. The double saves that he pulled out, it's like He deserved that Golden Glove, by the way. Even before he officially got it, he just deserved it because he was just head and shoulders above all the other keepers. I don't think there was one keeper that came close to David Raya this season, to be honest. Even Donnarumma.
Who do you think will get it then? Do you think the players will vote for him, or do you think I think it's a 50-50 with him and Rice, isn't it? Personally. I know you're saying Zubimendi.
No. I'm talking realistically. Or overall
player of the season for Arsenal,
like for them to pick, sort of thing. Yeah, no, Zubimendi was my personal pick, by the way. I don't think he's in the contention for the actual award, but yeah, I think Raya will take it, and I think the players will recognise that, to be honest. But it's with the team that we have going into next season. I know we're going to discuss that a bit later on, but I really hope, as we chatted last night, Steve, I hope the additions are made, and certain areas of the pitch are addressed. Left wing being prime example of that really needs to be addressed. No, but that's fine. Yeah, like we said, it was just more of a fun exercise to see what you boys were thinking about your player of the season. But Zubimendi, I just had to throw the wrench in the spokes there. So, apologies.
At least you didn't say Gyökeres.
Well, like I said, Buck, Gyökeres. I mean, okay, since we're chatting about Gyökeres, from when we signed him up until this very moment now, how many times have you guys flip-flopped on Gyökeres? Be honest.
I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't. I've been consistent. I said it from the start. Gyökeres will score goals against mid to lower table teams. That's what he is. And if anyone's expecting him to be more than that, they're only kidding themselves. We actually do need to get another forward. Yes, and I'm not saying not to play Gyökeres at all. You play him in certain games, but we need another forward.
I agree. I agree with you, but this. I've said it throughout the season. Look, he's not the greatest of footballers, but we've won the league and he's signed. And I know he hasn't been the reason why we've won the league, but he has contributed to the games that we've won, to the games that we've won narrowly, with his hold up play, his kind of bullying of the defenders. Look, he's not going to ever win like the Zidane kind of award for being the greatest footballer. He's not even anywhere near Havertz. But what he does give you, he gives you something different, and I think he has contributed massively. And when he wasn't playing, we suffered. That's my personal opinion. Anyway.
All right, let me ask you a question. Yeah, I know that it's not me here to be asking questions, but please. I do have a question.
It's a free forum. Let's go.
How many times this season have you seen Gyökeres score a big goal that mattered? Because I struggle to think of any that mattered. Right. That it was like the difference between winning and losing was Gyökeres' goal today, and in big games, I don't remember seeing anything.
I know what I'm saying, Buck, is that his contribution to the overall team, as in like he'll pull defenders away to allow the more creative aspect of our team to flourish as such, which they wouldn't have done that if we had someone like Jesus or Havertz up front, because they're not physically strong enough. And if you want to say how many goals that we scored that made a difference, I don't think there's many, to be honest. But there's only Henry, and I think Sanchez who got more in the first season, is that right? Or might be someone else. But I think he's up there, isn't he, for scoring in his first season? It's a new league for him. Look, everyone knew he wasn't going to score 30 goals like Haaland. He's not out of player, and we don't play to his strengths. He could have if he went to a different club. play to his strengths. We don't play. We're a possession-based team. But personally, I think he contributed great. But I do know what you said, and we do need another striker. And I said that, for God knows how long. We need someone like an Alvarez, who's great on the ball, who can run it, like a Sanchez. That's who Alvarez reminds me of, is Alexis Sanchez. We need someone like that who can play off him. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Let me tail off the back of that, right? Because I know I sound harsh when it comes to Gyökeres, and it's not that I hate Gyökeres or anything. I ain't got no agenda, because he plays for my team. I want him to do well, but I'm going to look at it like a Roy Keane, and for me, he occupies defenders and takes. He should be doing that anyway, and scoring goals. Like, this is where I'm seeing it. It's not like that's your job now. Like, you do that well, great. What about the goals? Because you should be doing both. I think you do both.
Who does both? Who do you know that does both? Who do you know?
What, that can occupy defenders and score goals?
Yeah.
What, right now? Playing right now?
Yes.
Haaland does it.
Yeah, but he's a freak, isn't he? He's a one-off.
Isak can do it. Ekatike can do it.
I mean, can and have is two different things. They definitely.
When I've seen Ekatike play, he's been doing it.
No,
Ekatike's been doing it.
That's fine, but like, what? Obviously, look, the thing. Of course, he's a striker, so goals are going to be. That's going to be the currency, really, that matters. But at the end of the day, the way that the rigidity of Arteta's teams. It only sort of allows for Gyökeres to do one or the other. Do you know what I'm saying? He's almost used because look, at the end of the day, maybe Arteta thinks the same as what you're thinking, as in this guy isn't going to be my main 20-30 goal striker in main games, but what he can do in main games is pull those defenders out. So the Sakas, the Trossards, the Martinellis, potentially at Odegaard, maybe not Odegaard, but they can run in and Eze, they can run in, get a goal. Rice can shoot from the outside. So in that aspect of his game, I think he has been very, very useful for us, of course. And look, how many goals has he got now? 15, 16 goals in the league? Or is it? No, am I making that up? That's too high, isn't it? That's not that many goals.
I think he's on 4. Is he on 14 now?
14 goals, right? 15. 14 goals. So again, not a bad return from someone who. Basically, we just wanted to adapt initially, right? So he's given us some goals, of course, and by no means am I saying he is the best striker out there. Of course not. There is strikers that can definitely do what you're saying, but right now, especially in our league, Haaland seems to be the only consistent one. Isak, he's played 4 games this season.
Thiago, man.
Yeah,
Thiago's been doing it.
He's a good player, absolutely. And look, and this is what I'm saying. So maybe next season with Gyökeres having one full season under his belt and the amount of minutes that he's played this particular season, look, you never know. Players players can change and can adapt.
I don't think that our style suits Gyökeres's. I don't think it suits his style, if you know what I mean. Okay, he's come from a weak league where he's knocked 50 goals in for 2 seasons in a row. He's come to a completely different league, which, it's proven to be the hardest league in the world to win, but we've won it and he's contributed. And yes, I know exactly what you're saying. His footballing skills are atrocious. He's like a rhino, but he's a big powerhouse. He does do something that benefits our team. But I know exactly what you're saying.
Is he Arteta's guy? Do you reckon he's Arteta's signing or Berta's
absolutely
signing?
No, absolutely not. He's Berta's signing 100%.
He was forced upon us.
Yeah, 100%.
He's not an Arteta type player at all, is he?
No. Like, you look at the profile in general, you just look at him physically and you think you are not an Arteta player unless you're playing in defence, right? Which he's
an
not,
Everton type player, isn't he?
He is an Everton type player,
yes.
Like a Notts Forest, you know what I mean? He could do well for Notts Forest.
2.0, mate. That's what he is.
We had, honestly, Buck, we had a short clip put out maybe a couple of weeks ago, maybe last month or something like that, where basically it was titled Gyökeres is a terrible footballer. Do you know what I mean? So don't get us wrong, we're not trying to make a case where he's a good footballer, right? Let's just not make any mistakes about that. But his contribution this season, whether it was sort of designed or by force because everyone else got injured, it's irrelevant. He did it. He was there. He stepped up to it. And look, he's a tank at the end of the day, right? It takes a lot to bring him down. Maybe he's sort of, understanding now, how to actually go down and get that foul. But he's that type of player where he's like, I'm just bullish. I'm just going to run straight through you. Most of the time, it doesn't work.
He's a bit more mobile now.
He's a bit more mobile. Yeah.
This last quarter of the season, I've looked at him and I thought, You're doing better than you've been doing before. Why
flexibility-wise, right?
I reckon he's dropped a bit of weight.
I think so, yeah. And you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it in his cheeks, to be honest. And like he's not as hench anymore. But when he's running, he's actually picking up speed now, which is again something that we were like at the beginning.
He's been wound up, isn't he?
It's like, dude, come on, mate. Like, oh yeah, but he's been wound up for like 8 months, mate. So come on, man, let him go already, for fuck's sake.
The thing is, I see it like with Arteta's philosophy. It's like we haven't won by style, we've won by steel, and that is purely where Arteta sees Gyökeres, the steel side of it. He's like the Superman. He's the big battering ram. He's not a stylish player. We've said that all along. He's not the Havertz. He hasn't got the finesses Havertz. You know, we'd all love Alvarez. That would be the number one sort of signing. But would he fit into our team? I don't. Probably, yeah. He probably would.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah,
right?
please, Buck.
Do you think that this is actually Arteta's style of football? Because I don't, you know. I think what it is, and I will let you answer.
No, please, no, go on.
Yeah, no. You think it is, but I'll answer it for you.
No. I want to know your answer so I can base mine off it. Go on.
I think Arteta, because he hasn't always played this way at Arsenal, and he's actually played some very good football, and Arsenal played some very good football under Arteta. But he's like a bit like an engineer. He works shit out. And I think he's worked out that, you know, if I adjust and play a bit more like this, it might get us over the line. And he's kind of got it wrong the last 3 seasons because we haven't got over the line, but now he's cracked it. And I think now that we're over the line, I think he might even adjust how he plays again. And I don't think that he has just this one way of playing, Arteta. I think he can change it all the time. What do you think about that?
Can I answer quickly?
Yeah, go on, Stevie. Yeah, please, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, just because you form your opinions off both of ours.
Just making it easier for me, mate. Just making it easier. Go on.
No, I think that I've been saying it all season, and the last season, the season before, the first season that we came second, we were playing free-flowing football. The following 3, we were playing fearful football where the players weren't free. It was like this nervous feeling where they didn't want to lose, so all their creativity was sort of evaporated. It was sucked out of them because Arteta was so desperate to win. But I do think you're right. I think next season, because the you know, the monkey's off the back kind of thing, we've managed to win the Premiership that we've been desperate to win, and he's been desperate to win. So I think Arteta might play a different style, and I think we potentially could see a bit more of a free-flowing kind of way, really. Like when he first started joined the club, you know, when it was exciting to watch and we were battering teams 3, 4, 5, 6-0. I hope anyway. But I think you might be right with that. We've got a different way of playing.
I mean, it makes sense that, you know, that's what he sort of like this season especially was like, right, guys, I know we can play, you know, open football, but let's just box it off and make sure that we're just winning, you know. So that's fine. And, you know, if that's what it is, then yeah, I can't wait to see it. But I don't know. I mean, when we were winning like 4-5, 6-0 sort of thing, you know, it was like different style of football in the league. Do you know what I mean? It was just different formations, especially from Arteta, like the way that he'd sort of move. Again, it was Pep-esque, but the way that he sort of took that Zinchenko role and made it more into a midfield role, and like, you know, trying to. Good evening's won it. He's won it. Like screw that guy. By the way, like
3-0.
Fuck that guy.
It's 3-0.
Fuck that guy. It's Jesus Christ. I mean, this honestly.
Can we have Rodgers?
Can we just call this the Unai Emery Cup? By the way,
Rodgers that way, mate.
Absolutely.
We'll take him.
Honestly, can we call this the Unai Emery Cup by the end of it? Like, you know, it's the Europa League Cup, but it's called the Unai Emery Trophy.
How many times will it be? How many times will this be now?
This is
5,
isn't it?
Bloody
5
hell.
or 6. I think this is number 6, mate.
I think it's 5.
Is it?
I'm sure it's 5.
Did he win it like 3 times with Valencia, twice with Villarreal?
Regardless.
Either way,
5 or 6 is
it's mad.
Crazy.
It's freaking mad, honestly. And again, like, you know, let's be honest. It is a European Cup. Yes, it's not the best one, but shit, the amount of times he's won it. He basically, Unai Emery now has shown his peak. This is his peak now. This is as far as he can get. Is the Europa League? He can't go any further. So. But yeah, sorry, going back to...
Morgan Rodgers has done what Haaland can't do, score in a final.
Hey, look at that. Look at that. Man didn't go disappearing. Love that guy, by the way.
I think he played for Borough.
Yeah, well, he was good back then as well. Like, shit, man. I remember watching him thinking, did we play them in the FA Cup one time? And Morgan Rogers was playing for them. I was like, damn, this guy is really good. Him and Jed Spence, by the way. But, that was before we saw what Jed Spence actually turned out
Rogers,
to be. So.
Absolutely bossed Declan Rice about 2 seasons ago, and I was thinking, oh my God, it was at the Emirates. I think it was 2 seasons ago, and I just thought, oh my God, this guy is unreal. He absolutely tortured Rice, and I just thought, wow, he made Rice look so average, and it was like, we need to sign him, but he'll probably go to someone else, I would have thought. I'd love him to come to Arsenal, but
he looks like a Man United player, to be honest. Like,
he could go anywhere. He could go to Real Madrid, Barcelona.
He's got that sniff about him, about the Man U sniff. Sorry, just on Arteta, by the way, Buck. That is a very good question in terms of what his style is, and I feel like once teams have sort of sussed out his tactics, I think he struggles to make a massive change. So look, I hope that that's not the case, and as we said, Stevie, before as well, like hopefully he gets the players like the additions that he needs to go into next season well equipped, because I can't imagine anyone thinking right now in that Arsenal squad or executive thinking, oh yeah, this team is going to be perfect to win it next season, let's not make any additions, right? That'd be foolish. That's very foolish. I think we've gone away from that Premier League now. Do you know what I mean? That was back in the 90s, early 2000s, where you could potentially get away with like having the same squad for 2-3 seasons without any major additions. But we moved away from that now, right? The game's too quick. Players are getting injured because the demand is just crazy. I think, who's it? Gabriel and Rice have they played something like 4,000 minutes or some shit like that, which is crazy. That's like 45 games or 40 plus games just non-stop. It's ridiculous. So the demand is crazy, and I'm hoping that the additions are made. But yeah, and Buck, I really, really hope that Arteta has learned something from these seasons, especially, the last couple. Not this winning season, because now it's like he knows how to win it now. Do you know what I mean? He sort of sussed that out. But let's do it by performing well, right? Where you're not giving fans a heart attack every time you fucking step onto the pitch. Like, it doesn't matter what team. Like, it could be the fucking Wolves. We struggled against them. How tough was that? So it's I really
not ruthless enough, man.
No, exactly, and the thing is, same against Burnley as well. Not ruthless enough. We just didn't do enough in front of goal. We control it well defensively, midfield. Yeah, we can pass it back nice and loosely. But when it comes to up front, we just stop functioning. Like, brains stop working. And I'm glad that Saka's made a comeback in the last couple of weeks. Full fitness, because again, at least he's bringing something that we've been missing for a long time. Because Madueke is good, but you can't rely on him for 90 minutes every every week. So yeah, look, well, fucking hell, we're talking about so much today. I'm literally overwhelmed right now. I don't even know what to think. I've got Unai Emery playing up in my head. But yeah, look, for the Champions League, do we want to do any predictions, or we do not want to jinx it?
I don't believe in jinx or superstition or anything. I think what happens on the night will happen regardless, man. I'm happy to give a prediction if you want me to give
Stevie,
a prediction.
What do you think? Do you want to do some predictions for? Because I know you're always against them. So
no, obviously, realistically, they're a far superior technical side than we are. But we've got momentum now. I think we've been released from the pressure of the Premier League. It's either it's going to go in our favour, or they're going to just be 3 or 4-0 up before we can actually, say.
No.
Sorry.
No.
I mean, okay.
No.
Can I go first, Book? Can I go
6
first?
goals, because good. Sorry.
So can I go first? Sorry. I'm just gonna go ahead and disagree with that statement that you made there. The far superior, right? I really don't.
Technically,
think so.
They are.
I don't think so. You can give it to them up front. You can give it to the front three 100% in comparison to our front three, but the rest of the team do not come close to what we have. I'm sorry, but no, I don't agree with that statement. By the way,
if you want to go player for player, I will.
Who? Dembele, who's played 9 matches. Right, let's get rid of him. Fuck that guy. Madueke's been better than him this season. Let's just be honest with ourselves, right? Stop it.
Player for player, you're only winning with them front three, mate.
That's all you're winning with. Kvaratskhelia.
That's it.
I'll give you that. I'll give you Kvaratskhelia better than Trossard Martinelli. Who?
Mendes.
Better than who? Calafiori?
Actually, no. He is the left back, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know about that. Still don't know about
Hakimi.
that.
Yeah, Hakimi as well. But that's it.
Vitinha.
Fuck that. Vitinha over what? Rice or Zubimendi?
I do like Vitinha.
He's a good player. Damn it, Buck. What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
I don't like you, Steve-O.
I'm sorry, but I don't. I mean, Hakimi.
You know what he's like? He's like literally pulling me towards the dark side.
He knows the answers. He knows the answers. He's just he's got them up his fucking sleeve, man, for God's sake. No, I'm sorry, but I can't. Over Calafiori, I think. Anyway, whatever. We're gonna see that. But Stevie, I think you've changed Buck's mind, right?
Not fully.
No.
I think it's 50-50 now.
I'm still going to disagree with the whole far superior comment, right? Like, I think I'm going to. Yeah, I think I can. We can agree to that. But yeah, look, that front three, of course, they are very, very scary. But then you put our defenders in front of those, and you kind of have this sort of immovable object, irresistible force, whatever the fuck it is. You've got the two powers sort of coming together at that point, and that's going to be an interesting battle, right? It's not as black and white. And if Timber was obviously fully fit and playing and so on like that, then yeah, I could give the edge to our defenders. But Kvaratskhelia, man, that guy's on some different fucking planet. So yeah, it's gonna be tough.
No,
but
if you remember when Liverpool played PSG, the first 20-30 minutes, PSG were all over them, and I feared for Liverpool. But Liverpool grew into the game, and it was kind of even Stevens. And I think that if we can get past the first 20-30 minutes, because they're going to be absolutely electric.
It's going to be an onslaught, isn't it? Yeah.
And if we can get through that, then we will grow into the game, and our sort of better players will hopefully, live on this inspiration of winning the Premiership. Possibly, I think it's 50-50, but I'm just thinking realistically as well.
No, that's fine.
It's not Burnley, it's not West Ham, it's fucking PSG.
Yeah, no, and that's a fair point, mate. Like, again, I don't think anyone's thinking about these guys being that sort of team. They are the current champions of Europe. Let's make no mistakes about it. Buck, as a quick overview for us versus them, like what are we thinking, mate? I know we discussed the players there, and Stevie changed your mind, but
I've changed my mind on a few players. That's all. Like, don't talk to me about their centre backs versus us.
No.
Listen, their keeper is shit.
Their keeper, all the back line.
Don't talk to me about Neves versus Declan Rice, because they lose again. You get me? No, and I don't think all their front three are better than all our front three. I think they've got players who are, but I don't think they all are.
No.
Not when you're talking about at their best. I'll take Saka's consistency over Doué all day long. I've seen Doué play against Arsenal before. He done nothing.
Yeah.
Done nothing. Got kept quiet all night. Got subbed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm talking at their best. Saka is so consistent. He can do a job for any team, bro. Any team.
I would even over Dembele, for example. You know what I mean? Like, even that's an easy pick. It'll be Saka, and I'd even go as far as to say Madueke in terms of because of his consistency. Of course, Dembele is a far superior player, but you have to take that into account. Like, how many matches has he actually played this season? Sort of consecutively. He has
like 9 or something.
Exactly, and he won Player of the fucking season. So I don't know how that works, but yeah, look, you are right, mate. When I'm talking about the front three, there's only one player that's crossing my mind, and he's like 2 players. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the scary part about it. I don't fear anyone else from that team apart from that guy. You know what I mean? Kvaratskhelia, he's the only one. Everyone else, like you said, yeah.
Dembele, man.
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
I don't know. He worries me more. He worries me more than
no way.
Yes, he
all it takes for Dembele, right? Gabriel just to like sort of nudge him once, and that's it. Dembele's gone, broken leg. He's out for 4 seasons. So
he scored against us last time. Let's not forget.
Yeah, that's fair. But we did beat them as well. So of course it wasn't where it mattered, but we still beat them, and it wasn't like they thrashed us or anything like that, was it? It wasn't that sort of match, close. And I don't think the final's going to be that sort of match. It's not going to be like Inter, where they got absolutely slapped about. God, I hope not. Anyway, shit. I've just said it out loud.
It's not going to be like that. I think you don't go through a tournament conceding 6 goals to get battered in a final.
Yeah,
I just don't see it.
You can't, can you? Like, they throw everything at it, really.
And they'll know that. they'll know about our defence.
Yeah, of course they will.
They'll have their worries as well.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. I'm not. Again, Luis Enrique would be very foolish to go into this match against Arsenal thinking, "Oh, we can beat them at speed or sort of just relying on our front three." It's going to be tough for both teams, 100%. But obviously, haters are going to be haters.
He would have picked anyone else I guarantee you, if he had his own way, he would have picked anyone but us in the final, because it's going to be a harder game against us than it is against a Barca, than it is against an Atletico, than anyone else. I don't care who you could pick, anyone. The hard game was always going to be Arsenal because of the way we play, because we're steely, we don't give a lot of goals away. It's a frustrating game. It's not, you know what I mean? And maybe those two different styles are going to make it a great game. I don't know.
Could be. Look, it's a final, right? So I don't think even Arsenal, I don't think they're going to go in there thinking we have to defend, right? No, you have to do something because it is the fucking final. So you have to, the both teams have to go at each other to get somewhere. I don't think they're going to go there playing for penalties. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's going to get to that stage. If it does, then yeah, definitely at that point it is what it is. It's up in the air. But I don't think that's what they're aiming for. I think they're aiming to sort of get the goals in and just end the match 90 minutes, obviously at a time and whatnot. And we will obviously after that final we will come back and do another pod about it. But okay, I'll tell you what then. Before we do sign off, give me some scorelines then, Buck. Just for funsies, mate.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. Hey, Stevie.
Just quickly going back to before the Palace game,
please.
Can the FA, can there be some kind of rule where obviously there's nothing for either team to play for, is there? Could you play field like 11 kids as such, or could you not cancel the game, but could you just forfeit the game? Because they've got nothing to play for, we've got nothing to play for. Give us a rest off so we can have a weekend refreshed.
Both teams play the fans. They pick 22 fans from the crowd and they face each other. Is that what you want, Stevie?
Well, just to give the Arsenal players a rest and the Palace players a rest, because no one's going to be going in, 100% are they?
No, but at the end of the day, it's still a professional.
What's it going to prove, really, apart from a bit of fitness?
I don't think it's going to be the full starting 11. By the way, if that helps, do you know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be the full strength 11. I don't know how you feel about that, Buck, but personally, I think he's going to field a lot of young
Jesus
players.
Will start, Darman will probably start. But
I think so as well. And it makes sense. It makes absolute sense because we do have a final to prepare for. So
no, God.
No, oh my God.
Listen, you start playing your main team and someone gets injured. There's going to be questions asked, man.
Exactly.
100%.
That's what I'm saying. Would it be beneficial for both teams to get together and say, look, we're not going to play our full team, either of them?
Well, they don't need to do that. They just field out the players. It doesn't matter. Even if we lose, it's irrelevant, right?
Look at what happened to Benny Blanco when he went in half-heartedly on that challenge, and now he's out for the season because he didn't go committed into that challenge. If we get a scenario like that with, Eze or Rice or someone like that, look at Ryan nearly got injured against Burnley, didn't he? From that idiot.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Are you wanting to do this like a checkmate sort of thing where we won the league now with a game to go? It's like checkmate. We don't need to make the next move.
100%.
Okay, fair enough. I like what you're saying. It makes sense. But unfortunately, we have to play out the full fucking games. But yeah, I mean, look. There's nothing
play
stopping
it the week after.
There's nothing stopping either team putting out kids for this. By the way, so I won't be surprised if that's what they both do. And now that we've won, Glasner could feel a little bit more relaxed, where it's like, oh fucking hell, I can't actually play the kids now because I don't have to go out and beat these guys. So yes, give us a scoreline, Stevie.
Can I be negative or positive?
It's up to you, mate. It's a prediction. I'm not saying what you hope to happen. What do you think will happen? Educated guess.
I think I don't want to be negative, but I'm going to have to be. But I want us to win, but I think they're going to beat us 3-1.
Oh, I'm off.
He's actually gone as well. All right. Well, there it is. Thank you very much, Buck, for joining us tonight.
You dragged me over to the dark side and then just do me like that. Pause.
You just left you hanging, mate. You left you hanging. That's the equivalent of being left hanging.
I want us to win. I think they're the better team, but I think we're going to struggle. That's all I'll say. I won't give a score.
No, you have to give a score. That's the whole point of this.
No.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, you can't just cop out like that. That's a cop out answer. Give us a score.
I know, but I can kind of see us being positive because of the euphoria of winning the league, and we're going to be positive, and everything's been released, and we're going to play with freedom.
That's not the question. The question.
Okay, so 2-1 to Arsenal.
3-1 to them. See, I feel like we forced you to say that. So
can I see if I can influence your decision a little bit? You know what you're forgetting? The Arsenal in the Champions League is not the Arsenal in the Premier League. We don't play the same because we're not playing with people with 10 around the ball. We're playing teams that are used to winning and come out.
Yes.
So because of that, we score more and still don't concede. So I think that goes in our favour, really, in this game. And it's a one-off game. If you got to play PSG over 2 legs, I'd be more worried.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A one-off game, we should be winning that.
I'm 50-50 in all honesty. And I think it's just because I've seen how good they are. And I know what you're saying, and I've said this all season, that we do play better in Europe because teams are better than the Premiership, so they sort of open up and they come out, and then we pick them off. I'm worried about their speed up front. That's all. We've never played anyone. We played Slavia Prague, Eintracht Frankfurt, and Atletico Madrid. We haven't played anyone on that level.
I can see that you're trying to convince yourself that we're going to lose, right? You're trying to convince yourself. So can you just tell us the score, right? And just unbiased, right? Forget that we even mentioned the scores, because I haven't even said mine yet, by the way. I'm still waiting for you. So at any point.
Well, I'll leave it for you. Go on.
Oh my God. Do you know what? Getting a score out, it's like ringing out a dry towel.
Wow.
Come on, man.
Come on, mate. Right, okay.
I said 3-1 to them.
3-1. That's fine. Stick with that. Stick with that. We're not going to be offended. That's fine.
So basically, half the amount of goals we conceded up to now, we're going to concede in one game in the final.
Yeah, I'm talking shite.
Ouch.
No, hey, look, that's fine though. If that's how you're feeling, that's... Honestly, we're not here to judge. Well, Buck is obviously, but he's not even here right now.
There's nothing fine about it, man.
Yeah, Buck's not even here right now, so it doesn't matter, does it? Buck's already left, man. Go on.
Do you know what? I just want to enjoy the final. Like we've won the league, and the league for me was what I wanted more than anything. And I think I've mentioned this before in the past, that the league both of you have, what I want, and I've always wanted that. And the Champions League, if it comes, is a bonus, and it would be an amazing bonus. We could go down in history as the best season in the history. But what do you think, really?
I'd give up the league for a Champions League, mate.
Would you?
I'd give it up. Yeah.
Wait. Hold on a sec. Wait.
Yeah.
I'm sure you didn't say that before.
Hold up. Right?
I did. I've said it all season.
Right. Okay. I'm pretty sure. I know for a fact Stevie wanted the Premier League. I know that for a fact, right? Because we've got audio recordings of that. But I'm pretty sure, Buck, you were after the league as well.
No,
I think you
listen,
were.
I want both.
No, obviously,
Don't
of
get me wrong,
course, yeah.
But if you go back, I'll pull up the pod, bro.
Okay.
I've said it on my pod. I always said, and in fact, when I was asked, I said it quick. I said I don't even need to think about it.
Oh, okay,
fair enough. Need to think about it because it's the one thing that's been thrown in our face all these years. One thing is you're not an elite club. You ain't won a Champions League. I need that Champions League. Bro.
I agree. And
I'm telling you, I've seen us win. I'm lucky enough to see us win, including this time.
Yeah.
See my Arsenal win the league 6 times in my lifetime. Yeah. I've never seen us win a Champions League. Never seen it, and I want to see it. And that is what I want more than anything.
So me and you have been in agreement because we had this conversation with Stevie, didn't we, a few weeks back, and I was with you as well. Like in terms of, I want the Champions League. The league is brilliant, of course, because you can shut all the haters up. But for me, there's only one white whale, and that is the Champions League, right? That is the one that's been eluding us. So. Yeah, 100%. I've always wanted the Champions League. I'm glad that we've won the league, by the way, of course. And if we don't win the Champions League, it is what it is.
Yeah, but how if the league is 38 games, right? Yeah. And the Champions League's 6 or 8 or whatever it is, to go through a whole season to be so close. If we'd have finished second this year, right, that's more depressing again. I don't think I could have took that anymore. I don't think you could have, either of you could have took it.
If we won the Champions League,
I could have taken
100%.
it. No problem.
Just if we obviously finish second this year, right, regardless of what happens in the Champions League next week, How would you have felt now?
No, but that's not what we're discussing, though.
Finish second.
If we finish second and then won the Champions League, then yeah, of course, I wouldn't care about the league.
Obviously you'd want, because it's something, isn't it? But the whole,
of course, if I was second again,
life depends on the league.
No, but
I think
that wasn't the question, though. Do you know what I mean? Because like now you're comparing like, how would we have felt if we just ended up second without any trophies, without potential trophies? Of course, no one's happy with that. But what we're saying is the Champions League for us two especially seems to be like the one that we really want.
There's something elite about
there is.
That
as soon as you lift that trophy,
there's something about it.
I want to see the patch. I want to see the star. Right. I want one star above our badge in the Champions League nights. That's what I want. Okay. There it is.
Even players say it. Yeah, but they've never won the Champions League. And I'm not talking about Arsenal.
No.
Any team they're talking about, they ain't won it.
Yeah.
Even ex-players will say it. So for me, I just want that.
That's fair.
I think if you look at all the current footballers, all the current Premiership Arsenal players now that have just won the Premiership, they wanted the Premiership. If you ask all the Premier,
100%.
They all wanted the Premiership. They're not bothered about the They are bothered about the Champions League.
Of course they're bothered.
No. Can I tell you something though? Yeah, those players, as much as I like these players and they're Arsenal players, have been playing for Arsenal for 5 minutes. I've been an Arsenal fan for nearly 40 years. Okay, I've gone 40 years without seeing my team win a Champions League. These guys, you know what I mean? They'll have a career and they'll retire and they'll probably go back to supporting the club they supported when they were a kid. Me, I'm a Gooner for life. I've never seen us win a Champions League. And that's why I was a bit annoyed about this whole parade thing, doing it the weekend of the Champions League final. It's like, hold on a minute. Yeah, I can understand for you lot, you might want to do it for players and this, that and the other. But what about the fans? Because without us, there's no team. Yeah, all the money we pile into the club. What about us? I've been here waiting all these years, 22 years, to see my team win something, and you go and do that so that a lot of people can't get to the parade. It's mad.
Yeah, I agree.
Mad to me.
I think that the whole thing with the parade was because the week after they go to the World Cup, don't they? They start jetting off to the States, and I think that's the whole reason why they can't have it the week after. Obviously, the week before, I'm sure they haven't. They have to wait for the for the Champions League final first. So I think that was the whole reason behind it. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it should have been organised better, and you could have pushed the players going on international duty. You could have pushed it back a week. Do you know what I mean? Have the parade on the Saturday the week after. And then the Sunday they can fucking jet off wherever they need to. They're millionaires, right? It's not, nothing's inconvenient for these guys. Oh, my baby's crying at home. Right, fucking get a babysitter, mate, or fly your mum out, or whatever it is. Laughing, right? Or bring the fucking baby
rushed,
with
doesn't
me.
It?
Yeah, it does. Absolutely,
it does.
It really does. And and I'm glad, by the way, that we're in agreement, Buck, because most fans were like, oh, league. It's like, how could you even think about the league when the Champions League is something that we've never even touched? And just that trophy, man, the's
a prestige, bro.
It is. I'm going to watch that.
There's a prestige that you get with it.
I'm going to watch the new documentary on Liverpool, the 2005 final against AC Milan. I remember watching that match, by the way, as a kid, and I remember how angry I was that AC Milan let that lead slip. Do you know what I mean? I was angry because it's my dad's team. Do you know what I mean? My dad's always supported Milan. So I always remember that, and I'm going to watch the documentary. But because of the Champions League, it's like it is that prestige. It's just, I don't know how else to describe it.
Getting back to documentaries, I think I might actually watch it now.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. You need to watch that, All or Nothing.
I said I wouldn't watch it until we win the league.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. There you go, mate. Wow. Well, I like what you're gonna like what you're gonna watch, kind of.
It actually made me like Arteta more than I did.
Did it?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Right.
When you see how he is with the players.
He comes across. He interviews really nice, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. He looks like a nice guy and everything. It's just his antics on the touchline and his stupid pickpocketing.
I don't care about that.
I think the guy's fiery as fuck, mate.
I hate it.
I don't bother me. That don't bother me. When Mourinho was doing it, no one was saying nothing.
No.
When Simeone does it, it's look at Simeone. Like, why is Arteta different?
Okay,
he's not hated though. Listen to the way the commentators talk about Arteta. And look at the way they talk about Simeone, there's a big difference. Look at the way they talk about Mourinho, there's a big difference. It's like all these guys are allowed to do it and it's a bit of a joke.
But now he's won the league.
That's a problem.
Now he's won the league. He can do that. But the only one thing that I didn't care for what Arteta did was that whole pickpocketing thing. It's like man, whatever. The rest of it, I don't mind. Right? Like you said, it's team bonding. The pickpocketing thing is a bit weird, right? Like I think we can all agree on that. But apart from that, no, I don't mind the antics away from the field, like taking the players to Dubai and all that stuff. Do that more often if you can, because it's all about the bond. And again, you saw that yesterday when they were all celebrating, like they were hugging each other, kissing each other, and all that stuff. So that's what it means for these guys. It's a brotherhood at the end of the day for these guys. So, okay, look, I will give you my prediction before we wrap up. I think it's going to go into extra time, and I think we will win it 1-0 in extra time. Because it won't be Arsenal without giving us heart palpitations throughout the whole fucking match. So there you go. Let's sign off the season how we started, and a 1-0 one as well. Exactly. So there you go.
Just quick. Have they sacked the Southampton manager?
I don't know. I mean, they should. They fucking should.
Anyone seen anything? Because obviously I know they were appealing it, weren't they?
Listen, anyone with any dignity wouldn't even have put an appeal in. Yeah. Hearing some of these Southampton fans calling up TalkSport and places like this, talking about but it's not that bad. But it's still cheating though.
It's cheating.
Like if it wasn't cheating, and they weren't benefiting from it, they wouldn't have done it time after time after time. They would have done it once and said, well, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think
you can't condone it, can you? If they say it's okay, then everyone say right, we're going to start cheating then because they've got away with it.
Yeah.
So
how many points did they get deducted? Was it 6 points or 4 points?
4 points.
4 points deduction.
For me, it don't matter. Darren Bent said something earlier, right? And it don't matter if you get points from it or not. You still cheated.
Of course,
do you get me?
Oh yeah, of course.
You still cheated. Do you get me? Like
115 charges.
If you drew 0-0. It could have been 1-0 to the other team, but because you
cheating.
Watched them, you watched them their set plays, and you managed to stop that. It was 0-0.
Yeah.
So for me,
and it was the Southampton
punishment was dished out on this. And
it was the Southampton player who ran over to the Borough to Ayling, wasn't it?
Did that?
Yeah, doing all that shit, and it's like, yep, 0-0, mate. You're lucky you didn't get all your points deducted. So yeah, no, I'm happy that Middlesbrough have done where they are, and hopefully. A win against Hull. Was it on Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, oh my God, I can't.
3:30, I think.
I'm going to watch that. I think my dad's going to be here as well. He's coming down. So
that's what I meant. That's what I meant, Buck, when you mentioned about you can't make it because you're doing the Borough. But I thought, well, it's next week, isn't it?
Yeah, the Champions League final is the week after, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm up. That weekend is when I'm up. Weekend of the 30th.
Oh right, okay,
30th,
okay. So that makes sense.
Weekend,
that makes sense because that's the final, isn't it? Isn't that the championship final?
That's the final week. Yeah. Next weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It would have been like I said. I don't think it's going to be easy to get tickets for that watch along for the Champions League. I'll try when I think is it tomorrow the tickets go on. Yeah, 21st they go on general sale, but I doubt I can get anything. So if I do, I'll see if I can get a couple. But
how much are they, do you know?
No idea. Like 15 quid, I think it was 15 quid for adults because it's outside or whatever. But yeah, if I manage to get something, I'll promise I will let you. Well, obviously, Buck, not you because you won't be here physically. But Stevie, if, I can try and get one for you, and if you can make it down for that day, it'd be great as well. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, then, boys, thank you so much for being here and having this conversation as the newly crowned champions, and everyone else can go absolutely fuck themselves. Gary Neville can fucking do one, and the rest of the TalkSport wankers. So I just had to say that, and I'm going to clip this up because fuck them all. There you go. Stevie, Buck, thank you for joining us once again, mate, and obviously we will have you back potentially after the Champions League final.
Champion.
Exactly.
I was singing that
all day.
In bed last night when you go to sleep. It was just going over and over in my house saying, God, get it out.
Well, if you wanna hear it again, listen to the episode from last night because it is literally taken from the team.
Just heard it.
It's taken from the team. But brilliant. Right, thank you so much for being here. And Stevie, do you want to send us out, mate?
Au revoir. Oui.
Monge 2.
Si. Arrivederci. Come on.